last year. You made your starting debut against Illinois. Here you are, a year later.
Yep.
Kind of have you grown since then?
Well, obviously, I think I've grown with game experience. I'd only played against Northwestern before the Illinois game last year, so wasn't very experienced. But now, I've got a lot more games under my belt. I've got a lot more confidence, so I'm really excited for this one.
What impact did that game have on you just to get in and have success? As you said, you'd only played once before, really, but not just getting into another game, but to kind of see some proof of concept for yourself,
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, I've always carried myself with confidence, and when I found out I was going to play that week, I was obviously super fired up. And after the game, we obviously came up short, but I was really encouraged because, I knew in my heart that I could play at this level and be a really good player. But after that game, it really made me realize the potential that I do have, and I think it's motivated me a lot more as well.
What's the biggest difference in you as a quarterback today compared to a year ago?
I'd say anything pre-snap, really knowing what I'm getting before I get it, and having more of a plan of, what can I do against different looks. Because I think last year I was kind of just snapping the ball and figuring it out and just playing ball, like backyard football. So I think now I've come a long way with the mental part of the game, and I think you can always grow there. So I'm obviously still working on that, but I think that for sure.
Did this team need the bye week last week, coming off 2 losses, to kind of get right again?
Yeah, well, I think, having a bye week is always big. After playing our 2 first Power 4 opponents, just to get your bodies back a little bit, guys are a little banged up, sore. So I think everybody feels pretty good after a week of rest, and we're ready to go.
I talked to EJ last week, and he said that he feels like this is his first real opportunity, but he also said some of his other stops, he didn't do the work to maybe earn the opportunities. What have you seen?
EJ Horton?
Yeah. Putting in the work to be a guy that's now in the receiving corps.
Yeah, well, the one thing that stands out about EJ, he's over there right now, is he practices really hard. And as an older guy on the team, I think that's really important for not just the younger receivers to see, but everybody on the team to see, an experienced guy who busts his butt every play in practice, because that translates to the game, and that's what's happened for him so far this year.
What's the motivation with the beard? Little Ryan Fitzpatrick with Fitzmagic?
I don't know. I know I can grow one, so every now and then I like to do it. My uncle has a really good beard, so he's kind of my motivation.
Laziness is a good motivation. As someone who has a beard, I'll tell you, that's usually my motivation. What did you see from this offensive line during this week off or last week? What did you see them working on, prioritizing?
Yeah. Well, I think a big thing for them right now is just cohesiveness. And I think since I've gotten here in the summer and to now, they've come a long way. It's hard, five guys who all haven't played together before. I don't know how many guys in that line are new this year. I think 3. I think it might be 3. So, I think everything for them right now is just reps and, getting used to each other. And I think they've done that really well. And I think they're getting better every day.
What's the most underrated aspect about your game?
Pass catching.
It might be. I don't know. We were just talking about this because I've had games where I run the ball well and maybe don't throw the ball well, and then people say I'm just a runner, and then I throw the ball well and I don't run the ball, and now I'm just a passer who can't run. So I'm not sure. I just know that whatever I can do to help the team win, I'm going to do. So that's it.
How much of a priority is it to get the rest of the run game going, and Devin, I guess especially? I know the last couple games you guys have had some negative game script too, so that affects how much you run the ball, but just in terms of down-to-down effectiveness, what needs to be better there?
Yeah, well, I think it's really important to stay on schedule with the run game, because I think we've gotten in some situations where we've got 3rd and long, and we've got to buy a lot of time and push the ball downfield in the passing game, and that makes it difficult. So I think I can do some better things in the run game when I do run the ball. That can help us there as well. But overall, I think we just got to stick to it. I think we'll start popping them off.
You who's got the longest run on the team this year?
Sorry?
Who's got the longest run on the team this year? Do you know who it is?
I'm not sure.
It's you.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nice.
I know every game is important, but does it feel more pivotal when it's another Big Ten game, you're 2-2, and maybe feels like you need a win to get back on track a little bit?
Right, yeah. Well, obviously any Big Ten game is really important to us. It's also a trophy game, which is really important to us. We want to bring the Cannon back. My first year here, we won the Cannon game, and then last year, obviously, we lost it. So I think it's really important to everybody that we go win this, bring the Cannon home, and get back on track in the Big Ten.
How did you think the offense operated in that tough environment on the road?
At Notre Dame?
Yeah.
I thought we did well. I think we started slow on the first drive, went 3 and out. That obviously didn't help our defense. But I thought we made plays when we needed to make them. But I also think there were a lot of times where we missed plays that, were just plays to be had, whether it was missing a throw, route depth, blocks. I think a little bit of everything. So that's just where we can get better. But overall, I thought we had a solid day, but we just got to keep getting better.
If you talk about your relationship with Fletcher Lawyer, I mean, going back a long way, maybe how you guys deal with being, big athletes on campus and some of the advice you share with each other.
Yeah. Well, so Fletcher and I both grew up in Clarkson, Michigan. So we know each other from there. We've got a bunch of mutual friends. So when I got here 2.5 years ago, we became friends. And I think we're both very similar in the way, we're just down-to-earth people. And we both love this university, so, we just enjoy it every day.
Is he messy or are you messy?
I think we're both pretty clean.
You're one of the only, you mentioned the Cannon game before, you're one of the only people who's even been on the roster, let alone played in a Cannon game here. With so many new guys, does someone kind of step up and start spreading the word of how important the trophy games are, or how big this game is in particular?
Yeah, and I think that's really important for guys that have been here. Going back to last year, me and Devin, who played in that game, to make sure everybody understands how big of a game this is, especially with the transfer portal these days. Rivalry games, some people think they're not the same anymore. I think they are the same because our school has a deep history with them. I think we've been playing them since 1890. So whether you were here last year or not, you're here now, so let's go get the trophy.